What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Pirito. Today we're going to do an update on my multi-grafted stone fruit tree. Alright guys, so behind me you're going to see the stone fruit tree. I'm not sure where I've left off because I've done a few videos, but I believe we are at 9 different varieties of stone fruit right now. This last video and this past pruning I did right before it started breaking out of dormancy, I did throw on a lot of grafts. Some took, some didn't. I did have some pretty small scions and really pushing the envelope, but I was really just, having a ball trying to get as many different grafts on there as I could. So everything's growing out really well. A few things flowered, but they didn't set fruit, and that's expected, and that's fine, because even if they did fruit, I really shouldn't keep fruit on there with brand new grafts like this. For those of you who haven't seen any of the previous videos, the gist here is basically I had an unknown plum, probably a pretty commercial variety. It's not Santa Rosa, but maybe a Bruce or something. But I put a Santa Rosa on there. I had an almond, and I think a few other things, but that was the gist. And the Santa Rosa took off like crazy. In this last pruning video, I took advantage of the nice form of the Santa Rosa and I started grafting onto that. So yeah, let me show you guys around real quick. So this is the gist. Here on the left side is going to be the unknown plum. I did get plums from it the first year. They were pretty good. This is the Santa Rosa side. Nice open center here. This little branch here has an almond, and on the almond I have a peach that I got off my neighbor's tree. But I'll explain to you guys in a minute, but because this branch is so dainty and we have, it's not girdling, but I guess the almond is bigger than the rootstock here. It's taken off a little more. I've added the same varieties here on to some on this side too. This is going to be the neighbor's peach here. I did this a few weeks ago. Still green, but it hasn't taken off yet. Also did that almond on this branch over here. But let me show you guys around. We have the unknown plum variety. And as we move on, I got some pluot scions right here. For insurance, I did both of these. They both took off. Yeah, they're taking off pretty awesome. As you can see, I'll back out for you. And this is just a few months breaking out of dormancy here. All right, next over we have the snow peach here. This is actually off a tree in the back. I was having a good time, so why not? But if you guys will notice, it's pretty awesome looking at the leaf shape here on the peach, and then the pluot over here. And you'll see that as we go around the tree. Right here is some of the Santa Rosa plum behind. Doing fantastic, of course. All right, and right here, we have a gold-kissed apricot. It's taken off quite nicely. I went into this a little bit in the last video where I pruned it, but a lot of this is where I place the grafts. These are reaching out because I have them on the outermost tips, and so yeah, that's something you need to be conscious of. All right, so as we're moving along, we have some more Santa Rosa. We have that neighbor's peach that I showed you before. And which one is this? Oh, this is the Red Baron peach. Looking pretty good here. Next one over is going to be a nectarine. So that's taken off quite nicely. And then again, to recap over here, we have my neighbor's peach, and we have the almond behind it. Another reason why I did that insurance thing was because all these have different timings breaking out of dormancy, and I don't know if it's a result of the tree itself or the actual grafts, but some of these were late and I was a little weary, and I did a scratch test and I saw they were green, but I wasn't seeing a lot. And given that branch was a little dinky, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and make myself some insurance and graft it elsewhere. Unless I come across any varieties that I'm like, wow, I have to have this. I'm somewhat limited because I'm in Houston, Texas. We don't have a whole lot of chill hours. I think 400 is like somewhere around where we should be. But the way winters are going lately, I mean, it could go either way. I'm all about pressing the envelope, but I am somewhat limited, so I'm not going to get like an 800 chill hour stone fruit and put it on here. I'm probably not going to mess with cherries. I plant tropical cherries around, like I might get a Suriname, I don't have that, but Barbados and stuff like that I have grown around here. But actually, if you guys can think of anything that I haven't named that's a really good variety, comment below. Houston, Texas, again, zone 9A/B. So if you can recommend anything else that I should put on here, let me know. As for now though, I think I'm going to lay off the pruning. I'll probably just prune as needed for aesthetic, but I haven't gotten any fruit off this tree because I think I've been pruning so hard and I've been all giddy trying to, put every single stone fruit I can find on there, at least local. I'll probably give it a prune just to make sure things aren't crisscrossing and we have nice open centers and everything. But yeah, I think I need to let some of this growth take out so the tree can stay nice and healthy and photosynthesize and all that good stuff. Hopefully we will have fruit this upcoming year though. Judging by the amount of growth we've already had in these few short months, I think we're off to a great start. All right guys, I think that's gonna do it for today. I just had someone comment on one of my original videos covering this topic, and I have seen the videos gotten a lot of hits. The whole fruit cocktail tree, it's definitely a cool thing, and it's definitely viable and plausible. Just so you guys know, things have to be closely related to be able to graft. I can't graft apples on this or anything, although you can graft pears and apples and certain scenarios like that. But so there are some limitations, but there are probably thousands of varieties of stone fruit. So if you want to try a little project like this, go for it. One thing I will mention is you do need to be patient. It does take time. You need a well-established tree, and since you can only graft onto certain parts of it, you may need to do it seasonally accordingly. And of course, there's always the factor of things not taking or failing. Some of that with these multi-graft trees, and that can go for apples or anything, is that the tree itself won't put the energy into what you grafted it on. The tree itself might be selective. You are wounding the tree when you graft, so it all depends. That's why I want to lay off things here for a while, see how much these grafts take off, because I need to let this tree rest, replenish itself, and stay nice and healthy. Especially with all these varieties on here, it'd be a shame to cause harm to this tree and then have disease on, the main trunk or something because of all of it. All right guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you found this interesting. Let me know in the comments if you have any additional information or any questions. Always glad to answer those. And if you haven't subscribed by now, consider doing so. I have a lot of different grafting tutorials, as well as just, other permaculture stuff and homesteading stuff, all sorts of stuff. All right, well again, that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.